guys, it's that time of day where the sun is setting and I'm sitting right in front of my window. So I have like this weird light from the blinds. I'm trying to dodge it, but that's what that is. So this month was a weird month for me. It's been a weird couple of makeup months for me for a couple of different reasons. I think the first thing is I haven't been wearing as much makeup as frequently as I used to. That's because currently I'm at home with my baby. I'm on maternity leave, so I don't find the need to wear makeup every single day. Whereas before I went to work every day. So of course I'm gonna put makeup on every day. You know, I'm leaving the house. And even now, sometimes when I leave the house, I don't necessarily find the need to put makeup on. So I'm not using as much makeup as frequently anymore, which is why I'm like, oh, it's just been a weird month. On top of that, this is also the month that I started my like no buy, low buy. So I don't have as many like new products to test out. So it's kind of like, do I want to keep talking about same old products? I don't know. I'm going to try to do some new things this year. More shop my stash videos, more project pan videos, rediscovering what I already have. And so I think, but I am still going to buy new stuff, just not as much as I used to. You know what I mean? So you're probably going to notice a trend in my favorites where it's kind of like, oh, I rediscovered this out of my collection, or because of a project pan, I blah, 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 or because of my shop, my stash, I blah, blah, you know what I mean? But this month I haven't started the shop my stashing and all that. Anyways, okay, well, let's just hop into the products I liked this month. Okay, first thing is this Tati Beauty palette right here. I bought this when it launched, so I want to say that was November, possibly. And I've used it a few times. I tend to use cream eyeshadows more than anything else, if I'm being totally honest. In fact, one of the ones I used a lot this month was not Marie Antoinette, Mona Lisa. This Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in Mona Lisa. It's like a dark brown cream, and I've been putting just this on my eyes and blending it out with a blender brush. So this should have been a favorite. I should have included this to begin with, but you know, typically I just do a cream shadow. They're easy, they're quick. But when I want to spend a little bit of extra time on my eyes, I have been gravitating towards this Tati palette. I'm sure you guys have heard lots of YouTubers talk about it. Tati is a big YouTuber here. She has like 10 million subscribers. She's awesome. I followed her for a very long time. So she finally started her own makeup line, and this was the first of her makeup things that she launched. Anyways, what really impressed me were these glitters up here. So essentially the theme of this palette is textured neutrals. You have a themed color with different types of textured finishes. These glitters are so cool, you guys. They are a texture like I have never ever felt before. They're like creamy. They almost feel like a watery texture. It's so hard to explain. They swatch absolutely beautifully, like beautifully. Look at how, just look at that. I have some swatches on my Instagram, so go check it out because I've swatched all of them and I kind of like shine them in the light. I don't want to stick my finger and swatch all of them for this video now because I feel like they run out really quickly and I don't want to waste them with swatching. I know that sounds crazy, but I've hit pan on one of them already and I haven't even used it that many times. So I feel like there's not a ton of product in the pans. So yeah, go check out my Instagram to see the swatches, but they are so stinking beautiful. I will just look at that. Oh my God. Here I am saying I don't want to swatch them and I'm swatching them for you. Look at that. She really hit it out of the park with those glitters. The rest of the palette is great too, but those glitters are definitely the star of the show. Another new product that I think I purchased this in November or October. I honestly don't remember. It's the Charlotte Tilbury under eye corrector. So she came out with these. They have the same packaging as her finishing powders. So these right here, the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powders. They're like little miniature. They're so cute. Anyways, but they are a pink or salmon toned under eye corrector. So there's 3 different colors. There's fair, I think fair, medium, deep, or I don't know. there's not a huge range of colors, but this is the fair one. It's the lightest one, and you can tell it's not like it's pink. It just has like an ever so slightly salmon undertone, so I can get away with using this as an actual concealer. So on days when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, which is most days, I'll just get my ring finger, dot, 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 put some powder on top of it, and I'm done. And it works well with covering up the under eyes, giving a little bit of brightness. It doesn't crease on me. It's a really creamy, just like soft, blendable texture, and it looks so good. Okay, the next thing, I'm fairly certain I talked about this in another favorites video, but I'm gonna mention it again because I have been using it like crazy, you guys. It's the Sephora Melting Lip Click. This is in the color Caramel, 01 Caramel. So the idea behind this is it's essentially like a lip gloss, but in stick form. So you click it and just a little bit comes out, and you put it on your lips, and it gives you a glossy wash of color. This one is a beautiful color. It's a good kind of everyday nude. I wear it all the time. It lives in my everyday makeup drawer, and if I just want something quick and easy, which is most days, I'll just pop it on my lips and it's great. The next thing is a newer product. I got it maybe a week ago, but I've been using it like crazy, you guys. I'm wearing it today, actually. It's the Milk Makeup Bronzer Stick in the color Baked. There's two different colors. There's Baked, and then there's a darker one. So this is the lighter one. Jam Beauty 89 talked about this in one of her videos, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try it out. I don't like cream products. As a rule, I don't typically love cream products, but I've been loving cream eyeshadows. So in my mind, I was like, well, maybe I'll try more cream products. Maybe they're, you know, not the devil like I think. And this has been so good. So I put it on top of powder. It doesn't mess with the product underneath of it. It blends out perfectly. I will basically just draw it on and then blend it out with a normal bronzer brush. You know, like a brush like this, I'll buff it out, and it buffs out perfectly. It blends out smoothly. It doesn't look muddy or patchy. It's just such a beautiful bronzy glow, and I have been absolutely loving it. It's quick and easy, and it might have just turned a new leaf for me. I might just fall in love with more cream products now. Next up is this Photo Finish Primer Oil from Smashbox. I bought this at the end of December, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna get a ton of use out of it, but my skin has been so dry lately, you guys, like so dry to the point where it's flaky, and I wanna say it has a lot to do with being postpartum and a lot to do with my hormones kind of leveling out and figuring out what they wanna do and all of that. But because of that, it's been really hard to put makeup on top of it. So it's just been a struggle, and I've typically had oily skin my whole life, and so now struggling with dry skin, I'm like, ugh, like what do? I don't know what to do. So this has been a huge lifesaver with that. What I will do is I'll take just an itty bitty bit of it and put it on my hands, like a drop or two, and then I will kind of pat it into the areas on my face that are dry, and then I'll buff it out with a beauty blender and then put my makeup on top. And it seems to do such a good job. Ugh, it really does. And if ever I feel like my skin is getting really dry throughout the day, like if I have a really, really dry patch and I just want to touch up my makeup, I'll get a little drop or two, put it on my beauty blender, and then just put it on top of the makeup, like on top of everything. On top of the makeup, the blush, the setting spray, everything, and kind of blend it out. And it really does a good job of camouflaging those dry spots. You don't need a whole lot. You can see it looks like I barely touched it, and that's because you really just need a couple of drops, and it does such an amazing job for those really, really dry patches of skin. Okay, last thing I want to tell you guys about is a moisturizer, and this is interesting for me because I've been testing out a lot of skincare. I used the Tula skincare for about a month. I talked about that in my last day in the life video. I'll link it down below if you want to see. I really like that system. There's pros and cons, but overall it's a really good system. After I stopped using that, I started using this Fresh system. So Fresh sent me the Lotus, so it's like the Lotus, I don't know, Lotus system, I don't know what I mean. But there's an eye cream, a moisturizer, and a nighttime moisturizer. What really, really spoke to me was the nighttime moisturizer. It's been years since I've used a dedicated nighttime moisturizer. Now don't get me wrong, I will typically use a different moisturizer at nighttime, but it's not always a nighttime moisturizer, like a moisturizer made for nighttime use. And some of you guys might be thinking that that's totally crazy to say, but the reality is moisturizers that are made for overnight use typically have different ingredients in them, because your skin and your cells turn over at night. It's your skin's time to reset. It's your time to, your skin does a lot of work at nighttime when you're sleeping. And so if you use a moisturizer that's specifically for nighttime use, it typically does pretty good things to your skin. And I wasn't falling for it for a while, which is why I stopped buying nighttime moisturizers. I used to love Philosophy Hope in a Jar at night. It had a really weird smell to it, but it did make my skin look really, really good. Anyways, this is the first time I have used a nighttime moisturizer in a while. It's the Youth Preserve Dream Face Cream. Let me tell you guys, my skin feels so soft and so supple in the morning when I use this. And I thought like, okay, well maybe it's just fresh products in general. So then I decided to use the daytime one, but at nighttime to see if I woke up in the morning with the same feeling. My skin feels great, don't get me wrong, but it definitely has that extra layer of just like suppleness and softness when I use the nighttime version. This whole Lotus line is supposed to be like youth preserving. It's supposed to help reduce fine lines and give you brightness and all of that. I think it's too soon to really see, a huge change in things like fine lines. That typically takes months to actually see an impact. But I will say my skin feels so much better when I use an actual nighttime moisturizer. All right guys, well those are my January favorites. Holy moly, can you believe January is over? It's already almost February. Holy smokes. But those are the products that I loved this month. Let me know in the comment section down below what products you loved this month so I can live vicariously through you. Or rediscover products like if I have them in my collection. But other than that, I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.